And I'm back. And the idea is that I think that once that's done, does it appear in the video producer or not? So this is it, and yeah, it has 5 markers. And I haven't even tried the highlight interface yet, in fact. And there is a highlight interface here. Okay, so maybe that's what I need to do. Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. And so how would I do my highlights? I have 5 markers here. Can I zoom in on that? And I'm back online. Oh, right, it's playing. Okay. Zooming, yeah. Okay, that's good. Sensor timeline on the playhead. Okay, so actually, if I double click, does this move the playhead? Doesn't seem to. Oh, no, it does. Okay. And I can center the timeline on the playhead, but I can zoom. Yeah, and zoom in and out. Well, that's a big step between 1 minute and can I drag this? Yes, I can. Okay, so in theory, can I select the range between those two? I can't see a range selection as the markers, but segment at playhead, new segment at playhead. So I guess I could, no, I can't right click either. Maybe I can move to the, no, so what's that move? Preview selected segments. So it's possible to do segments, except that it won't do segments automatically from my markers. I can download them. Hey, now we're talking. Now we're talking. So that's an API between whatever and whatever that Twitch, you can export markers as a CSV file. And that's cool. Clips data, top clips data, and there's keyboard shortcuts too. Plus minus, T2 center, and new segment at playhead. I don't see anything to move between segments though. Actually, let me try and do this right now. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Why do you say that? Is it because of the how do you call it, the dark theme on in Twitch, or do you feel just you channeling Simon and Garfunkel right now? Okay, let's see what happens here. Start segment here. Okay. Because I restarted the stream. Yeah, that makes sense. Top clips, right? So I would probably see overlaid the clips that folks did. And actually, right, because that's a clip. No, that doesn't look like a clip. And what is this? Oh, it's a group. Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. It means that there's 2 things here that I can't see because they're quite close to each other. T. Shift T. Didn't work. Yeah, that zoom range thing is off. There should be more intermediary zoom ranges here. What the... Let's see, what's that? T. Center timeline on playhead. That's not. Oh, see. Oh, yeah. Okay. 2 and 2. Is that it? Is that what it is? Or maybe I need to display it like this. Well. Oh, okay. 2 and 2. This is not great, but there is a. What is this? What is the? we seem to be inside this yellow zone right there. What's in here? Non-linear. Next iteration on user experience for this kind of tool. So is there an Ableton Live for video? And maybe it's something like a VJ tool. No idea. I don't know where this clip-like thing comes from. This zone. I don't think I just created it. Just a highlight, huh? New highlight from another broadcast. Highlights. Streaming tool. The category. It's just a highlight queue. And I guess this is supposed to be maybe the, I don't know. Okay, let's try again. Let's go into a video producer. Highlights has not been created, fine. And then I say highlight here. Yeah, it creates a highlight by default. Okay. Did you create a highlight by default on my other stuff? Yeah, and like in a similar, like strangely similar style type of zone. So that's just the default highlight, I guess. And then what? Are you supposed to be able to take your handles? I see. There's handles there. Okay, so that's optimized for this use case because it starts playing also right away. So that's the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a way of doing it. And I guess in that case, then if you drag, then can you clip? Does it snap here? It doesn't snap if I hold Shift or Control. No. I see. And then if I say start the segment at the playhead, bam. Okay, yeah. And then if I add a new highlight, then I can move between the two, right? Yeah. And then can I export those highlights? But so that's not markers, but I guess the markers will help to sort of select the highlight. So that's all good. And so, well, in concretely, I would do what? I would be selecting this. I wish I could actually grab this right now, but I can't. And also the zooming is really problematic here. But yeah, because I wouldn't even know where to go here because of the zoom. Really not a fan of these missing zoom levels there. It's really a small thing, but 1 minute, 15 minutes, really? I mean, come on. So I need to do something like this, sort of grossly go over there, and then try and zoom. At the 1 minute mark, has to center on the playhead, but then it won't for some reason. And then try and find where my playhead is and be extremely annoyed and never touch the tool again. I mean, I guess that's the user experience right now. What the hell is this tool? Come on. Okay, I imagine there must be much hate about this on the internet. Let's take a little look. Twitch, how is this called? Highlights Editor Review. Yeah, what do you think, Juan? Twitch new highlighter makes things easy. Okay, great. So we get the help. Video editing software for Twitch highlights. 4 years ago. Okay, so that's not gonna. Let's restrict our search to the next, to the past month. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, right. That's kind of a behind the scene, right? Making off someone that you know, is kind of new to the game. So yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Twitch highlight. Twitch highlight, this is how it's called, right? No, highlighter, it has a name, highlighter. Twitch highlighter then. Twitch highlighter review. So the best practice is to use a highlighter, beauty tip. Okay, no, it's not what I want. Okay, twitch.tv then maybe. Holiday on Twitch. Is this a new thing? How come it's not? Stream highlight editor. That's so okay. Yes, and then the help we had. So that's for the clips. And then what about highlights then? Am I just spelling it wrong or something like that? Highlighter. Creating highlights. Using the highlighter. Wow, the discovery of this is poor. Ouch. Okay. To reach the highlighter, navigate to your dashboard. From here, click the hamburger icon, click content and video producer. You have a highlight button. Yes. Highlight queue, source video. Yeah, I think we've all understood this. There's shortcuts, and we also know that. And there's the stream markers. Oh, and there's a chat-based interaction with the marker. Oh, so that other people can help mark. That's pretty cool through the chat. So let's try /marker. Marker. And yeah, it says I just added it in Chatty, and it says stream marker created with no description. So let's do it again. Marker, testing markers, testing chat markers. Marker created, testing chat markers, and then so I think given that we have access to the video that's broadcasting right now, I think it's possible to actually do the highlight live. And if that's the case, then that's really cool. And I think that's the case. And so, yeah, that's the name of the marker, testing chat markers. And if I click here, well, wouldn't you wish that something happened since it's a hyperlink, but nothing happens. And we can't edit it and whatnot. I thought I saw something about Twitch saying in a release or, I don't know, a tweet. I don't remember where I saw that. Oh, no, it was in the notifications, I think. My Twitch? No, it wasn't here. Here, channel points editor, update A roles. Improving the reporter, no. Hype train. Twitch Studio features. Announcing new Twitch Studio features to help you seamlessly establish your stream signature look. Okay. No, I don't think that's that, right? But it's more recent. It was more recent than that. New way to secure account, Hype Train, channel analytics, Twitch soundtrack by Twitch Beta. Music tool specifically for Twitch creators like you. Okay, so it's like Pretzel, I see. You can download it now. I'm gonna give that a shot another time. Release an update that makes it easier for editors to help you manage the content on your channel. Yeah, I think that's what I saw. Now, anyone who is assigned the role of editor can review, download, and or delete clips on your channel for you, so you don't have to. Okay. But I really thought I saw something like this, an update where Twitch was sort of saying something like, oh, we understand that you don't like our editing tools are limited right now, but we're focusing on it or whatever. But now I can't see that. Watch parties is now, that's something I wanted to try, the watch party. But I think you need to be a partner or something, or an affiliate. No, is that the case? Watch parties, Twitch communities, watch, react, and discuss any movie or TV show. Oh yeah, that's it. You need an Amazon Prime account. Not gonna happen. Limit clip creation, blah. Okay, so I mean, this highlighting things that are happening right now is pretty cool. Although I don't see that that's a streaming interface. It's not a streaming interface, right? If I reload it, then I suppose, yeah, now this thing appears here. So, you know, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. And if I put it here, is this going to stream? Yeah, no, it doesn't want to play from the end. Marker, testing markers, testing chat markers. Huh, interesting. Marker created, testing chat marker. So we definitely see that that's at the right time for the marker, but the video for some reason, is, even though I reloaded, is not running until the end. And I suppose that if I actually leave this and that I reload this and then I click highlight now, I bet it's going to go further. The question is, how far does it go? 12:30. Testing markers. Testing. Oh no, it's only a 12:30 clip. Marker created. Testing chat marker. Huh. Yeah, it's only a 12:30 clip, even though the timeline now goes to way past 16.15. And what about if I add a new highlight? Yeah, same thing. Interesting. So yeah, I really don't think that this is usable for chat. I mean, for anything, and I haven't even tried the highlight interface yet, in fact, for anything a little bit sophisticated. I mean, you know, no, it's not even sophisticated. It's just about being quick at it. Like, you can't be quick at it with this kind of zoom levels, and the fact that you can't, you know, grab the clip and move it around. You have to move it through the things, that it does a snap to the markers. Yeah, I mean, way too many problems to make this usable. So actually, let's be smart and let's write this down. Let's be product minded. Twitch highlighter. Grab whole clip. Intermediate zoom levels. Snap to markers. Yeah, obviously a center timeline on the playhead that works. I mean, you know, the T doesn't work. T shortcut. In fact, if not even the button, not even the button. Okay. Preview selected segment. So I imagine that if I do something like, so this is the thing, this is the chat marker. So I can't double click. No, I can double click, and then I can say start segment at the playhead, right? Yeah. Then I can maybe, sorry, double click afterwards. That doesn't work. I can double click outside the, is that the thing? No, it's not. It just doesn't want to double click anymore. Okay, I see. So double clicking doesn't work properly. And maybe I'm expecting the double, maybe the reason why the playhead moving the first time was just chance. I'm enjoying it. Oh. Yeah, okay. So yeah. Yeah, double clicking interface update. Doesn't work correct, doesn't work properly. The cursor actually gets reset on play. Yeah. Yeah. Not great. And what else then? Hey Juan, what do you think? I should send this to Twitch, no? As a bug report, I think. Yeah, right. Let's see what their bug reporting thing is. Not here. Oh yeah, no, they'll totally ignore it, but you know, that's fine. Maybe one day this channel would be partner channel, and then maybe they'll pay attention to it. You know, who knows? Help. I guess that would be in help, right? Da-da-da. Oh, is Twitch Studio a desktop tool, or is it what I was playing with? That no, yeah, that's the creator dashboard, right? So what is yeah, there's a beta for it. So okay, so it is a tool. What is Twitch Studio? Right, so it's the kind of OBS from Twitch, basically. I suppose I should try that if I'm going to start thinking about this well, this type of work. Okay, it's installing, and customizable template. I bet they're gonna try to sell me tons of stuff. My camera and my microphone, several audio sources, like similar interface to the web app. So I imagine that's an Electron web app okay, I need to log in. And two-factor auth. And then have this. I hope you set your mic, my webcam layout and settings. So it's probably going to be fairly unhappy that we... oh, actually, no, you know what? I wonder whether there's some exclusive locking going on with the OBS stuff. And then it's... I mean, I suppose that several apps can actually watch or screen grab the whole... I mean, ask the OS to get... the frames from my monitor, and I guess I wonder. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Check 1 2. So definitely not the right mic, but we can. So that's what am I connected here? Where am I connected here? I forgot. Yeah, it's my SPDIF entry. Okay, check 1, but nothing is shown there. And I can't select it, and that's probably because there's an exclusive lock on it from OBS. Okay, check 1. No, there isn't. Wow, it's possible to have two consumers to that source. So that's That's cool. And personalize. Check 1, 2. So we're supposedly just right, and I actually did add, it's probably different in fact, because on OBS, based on your advice one, I added a filter, and it's here, beam filter. I added a compressor with the default settings, and I think that's better, because I did notice when I rewatched the video that indeed the sound was a bit low, and I think now it's better. Okay, so that was OBS, right? And so it seems like, all right, so there's even a simpler way to, right, loudness equalization uses an audio compressor. So all of these things are just simple toggle buttons, which is very smart. It's a good UX. Quiet noises and background noises. Yeah, right, noise gate and the noise suppressor. Yeah, that's cool. Usually these things use some pretty smart algorithms. Okay, well, I guess let's have it all. And continue to webcam. Well, I don't have a webcam. And yeah, we could use my VR headset camera. Wow, I could totally if it was pointed in my room, that could totally show my room possibly, but yeah, no, it is on actually. But here, no webcam. Okay, continue to layout. No webcam for now. At some point it will be there. Oh, that's where these layouts come from. Okay, be right back. Okay, it can be oh, so that's a set of three layouts, sorry. And that's it, and that shows the screen. And so when we can change stuff. Right, change the wallpaper. And pattern, if we can add a pattern on top of the wallpaper visibly, and so this pattern is yeah, I see. And we can change follower things. Okay. And continue to settings. Stream quality. Well, really? Hardware check poor? Hey, you talk better to my hardware. Okay, rerun test. Well, we're streaming now, so guess the test. I mean, it's a pretty beefy uplink. No, it won't. Thank you very much. Huh, so funny. It thinks I can only stream at 480p. Very strange. Tweak settings. Oh, we can go higher than 1080p? No. Can't stream 4K. Bitrate too low, yeah, of course. We need 6 megs or something. Yeah, fine. Okay, we'll do something small for testing. I don't even know. I mean, basically, it's going to tell me, "Hey, you can't do that. You're already streaming." Stream encoder hardware. That's good. And I wonder if the encoder can serve multiple clients at the same time. Okay, fine. New for you into Studio, slide into your scenes with transitions, fresh copy pasta and duplication. You can copy and paste layers or even entire scene to save time when creating a new scene. Final countdown timer. A complex audio setup, we have you covered. Multiple input and output sources for your stream. Okay. And then start stream. Primary screen share. Automatic full screen application. And display, entire displays. That's what we want. And, or in fact, hey, I'm the unknown amazing myself. I did watch Forrest Gump over while I was eating dinner. Really goddamn good movie. Hadn't watched it in, I don't know, 15 years or something. Okay, let's stream. Go live. A stream is already active on your account. This will prevent your stream from successfully starting. Okay. Yes, all is well and makes sense. And we'll end the stream. They want feedback, huh? Okay, that's all good. So that's what's, yeah, that's the main screen share. What's this? Swap columns. Okay, yes. Strange interface. And alerts and audio mixer, webcams. Meeting the stream. Yeah, incoming in the incoming stream. Oh, I mean when it's playing. And account stuff. Oh, there's a video producer there. Oh, well, that just takes us to the video producer there. And what else? Well, no, that we saw. You can actually hide the video preview. Yeah. And so there's no highlighter here, I don't believe, because it takes us to all the way, which makes sense. It's really focused on streaming, but recording, all right, so you can record locally in an MP4 format, but that's definitely less powerful than what you can do with, I think, even with Streamlabs, which has like really visible rec button and much more format capabilities, I believe. Oh, well, the problem is that my well, why do you behave like this? You were doing great. Oh, here you go. Okay. Yeah, that's the OBS settings, and we have recording, and well, I can't change this while I'm streaming, but yeah, there's even ways to mux with custom settings, which is pretty cool, to have separate video and audio tracks, or that they can be optimized to be fed to an editor, and you can change the quality. But for instance, you can't output several video streams at the same time. Only one video stream. So it's not really like a matrix or something. So I'm interested in looking for a sec at stuff like what the VJ use, and I was looking at this just before, because those are routing software. So they're meant for live, and so if one of the mix outputs is like some kind of well, the Twitch streaming endpoint, then fine. And so of course none of that is open source. So let's take a look at what's up with open source equivalent in the VJing Calmalab kind of thing. Oh no, that's an artist. So maybe a list of VJ software. Open source. No open source. Yeah. NPM, multi-projector mapper. Well, that's only for projection mapping. Okay. Open source. I don't like how this works. Yeah, yes, it's the art of critiquing software, right? It's like the Michelin star guide of software. This soup that you got me is just a little bit cold, and you know what? I don't like that in a 5-star restaurant. You get 4 stars. All right. So really not a lot of open source stuff in there, which, yeah, I don't know if it makes sense or not. Modulate is not open source, that's for sure. Resolume is not. Okay, fine. Let's look at alternative 2 with any license, open source. And we got Vidiot. Video editor targeted for plain home editing. Funny name. Lives and VJ. Play video like how you play a piano while playing and record the result. Well, that's the principle of a VJing software, indeed. But user-friendly video editor. Vidiot. And Live Mix is real-time video. Okay, and that has 13 likes. Source. Oop. Source on SourceForge. Not the best. 2018 with a target, with a Windows target. Okay. And so you're telling me that there's also a website for it that's not SourceForge? Yeah, there is. Man, that looks decent. Open source video editor and a VJ tool. Hey, fancy. 8 November 2020. LiveSuite 2.0 for Linux. I see. So they are not developing on SourceForge anymore, which is a great see also SourceForge project page. Wow. Oh no, GitHub. Yeah, Life's code is now hosted on GitHub from 27. Very good. That's very reassuring. Let's watch it and star it just for existing. I think it definitely merits that. And GTK3. So this is really multi-platform, huh? Install. Please read the README for installation instructions. And okay, well, releases are off sync there because it's 3.2.0 apparently here. Compiled for will be coming later in 2019. Whoa. 3.2.0 for GNU Linux, BSD, and Unix. And Debian and Ubuntu and all of these things. Lives for Windows coming later in 2021. So not yet with the window compilation. Okay. And so maybe there's a branch that still work on? No, but that's been updated very recently. And well, what's the recent work? Threading issue from counter issues. Typo decoder. Lots of work in previous months. Connects to jack. 3.2 release. So doesn't look like there's active work on the Windows port, at least on this So I guess well, I guess next time I will try because the computer that I'm streaming from is actually a triple boot computer. It has, I'm using the Windows 10 partition right now, or but it has also a Ubuntu 20.04 and a OS X in it because it's a Mac Pro, the really old one. So I could test that some other day when I reboot with Ubuntu. And yeah, because it looks nice actually. I mean, it looks like a little bit old school, but not bad. So of course, I mean, then we need something else to stream that to stream. Stream can handle in-out streams. Streams can be piped from SSD out into other applications. Effects can be applied in real time. So I guess really it's all about user experience, right? And well, it's possible that this would be also really good on user experience, but it's hard to. It looks like a one-man show, at least for now. Let's look at the insights, and it's hard to be doing. Yeah, it's hard to be doing quality low-level coding as well as. Well, someone did a few commits here. Commits. Typos. Okay. Okay, the other one I wanted to look at is the one that's written in Haskell by our friend, what is his name? I forget. Video editing. Oscar Rickstrom. All right, cool. Hope you're enjoying that. So it's it's a composition, that's it. Composition. There we go. Video editor built for screencasters. I mean, that sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Except we like it to be a real-time streaming thing, but if we were to start from a tool, then we would start from this one. That's for sure. I think it piggybacks on FFmpeg, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a custom fork of it. Index extra. No, that's not. FFmpeg, yeah. And I've been more looking at GStreamer myself, but I think for this, FFmpeg is all good. Well, actually, there's a GST, isn't that? Hold on, GST, that's in that GStreamer. package GI GST. Yeah, it's GStreamer bindings. So what has he, that'd be awesome if it's now possible to do both. Is this in the roadmap? Issue tracker. Let's see, GStreamer. Well, okay, it needs GStreamer, so maybe it's using GStreamer for some stuff. What does this look like? Callback functions, structs. GI.gst. Video streamer and GTK interface. Ah, of course. I forgot that GStreamer was built for GTK and originally that it just stands on its own now. But okay, so what does this mean though? Because I don't know how. Maybe it means that the APIs fit well together. So this is the video streamer. So the way I would understand that is that it's a sink, it's an output, a stream URI. So actually, does this mean that it's actually for network streaming? Custom patch of GI. Okay, yeah, you're patching the GStreamer plugin there. And that looks like yeah, the GStreamer API, the playbin. That's one of the syncs actually. Yeah, that's the auto sync, the playbin, isn't it? Let's see, playbin. Play, no, okay. And what is this? This has also GIGST as GST, and how does it use the GST for just for this init thing right there? So that's just the warm up of the thing, and then here we do have GST again, and I think, and playbin is the GST element. Yeah, so I think playbin is just the way to oh no, there's much more there. Yeah, I mean, it's just streamer is the player, is the video player window.
Composition is the video editor built for screencasters. It lets you focus on producing and publishing quality content instead of spending all of your time in complicated video editors. Composition automatically detects scenes in screen capture video, automatically detects sentences in voice-over audio recordings,
right,
and features a high productivity.
Isn't that super awesome? Yes, it is. That's how it is.
Editing workflow based on keyboard navigation. Let's look at how it works. We begin with an empty project. The large black area is the preview area. Below that, we see the timeline. Currently, it's empty, which is signified by its red color. To add clips to the timeline, we first need to import some assets. By pressing the I key on the keyboard, or by opening the project menu and clicking import.
You know, I'm coming out of a period where I was anything but is the answer to that, and or sometimes it felt that way because you know, I was more passively consuming, and I didn't feel ready to produce particularly, and so I think I'm just slowly coming out of that period and feeling like, hey, you know. And you know how it started? It started with games, actually. It started with Peraspera. I was really waiting for it to come out. And then I was seeing, streamers catch on, and I've been thinking about streaming for a while. And I thought, hey, this is the perfect excuse. Like, instead of, streaming and doing something really productive, I'm just going to stream and play. And I did that for a while, and it just put me in the right mood to feel like trying to do something maybe a little bit more productive while streaming. And yeah, that's a little bit of the story.
Import dialog is opened. I have recorded a small sample tutorial on the find command as a showcase. We'll import the video file first.
So he imports an MP4 video.
We'll enable automatic classification of parts.
Automatic classification of parts is awesome. I didn't see how long the video was, but this is fast.
There we go, video imported. Now let's
doesn't
add
immediately
all
show
clips to the timeline. By moving the focus down using the down arrow key or the J key, we focus the empty parallel. From there, we press the key sequence AVC to append video clips. We are presented with the library asset dialog, listing all video assets available. Those are all the chunks of moving video that the classifier found when importing. Right, so that's cool. I don't know, the keyboard sequence AVC, that's a lot, and it didn't seem like there was kind of a text feedback there while you were playing. So easy when you wrote the software. I don't know if and it may be easy to learn. I don't know. And the other thing I was thinking is that in my case, this might be. I mean, this is meant for more polished streams, and whereas I'm always sort of switching and out tabbing between windows and whatnot, and so it could be that. I wonder actually, yeah, well, out tabbing between full screen and non-full screen might be detected as a cut, but then this might not. For instance, moving between, so maybe this is configurable, and then when I'm in this in the more tiled mode, then then it's. And it's like this, right? And therefore, when I move between things, then it's very unlikely that it's going to detect anything. But maybe we can hook into the. And by the way, one of the things I'm doing right now is that I'm kind of dreaming out loud, right? A little bit like, oh, this could be like this, it could be like that. But in truth, this would take a really long time to develop, right? And so. Since it doesn't take a lot of time to imagine, then I guess for now I'm imagining, and then it could be, maybe I put this on my list at some point, maybe, but yeah, that's me following tangent, I think, yeah. That's another way to look at it. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be on the productive side of things. It can also be a little bit on the tangential side of things, and that's also good. Okay, play bin, all that stuff. Oh, look, there's a modify there. That's commented out. Oh. I don't know what that is, but custom modify versus modify. I see. I don't know which data type that comes from, but maybe it's the algebra of the widget DSL. GTK widget, is that right? Widget GTK declarative. Let's take a quick look at that. Package. GI GTK. Oh, declarative is actually its own package. Oh, actually, maybe it's yeah, it's Mr. Wickstrom that actually did the package. So that's guaranteed to be pretty
edgy in its thinking of API. But for now, maybe I need to look at the package repo. And there's two there. How come GTK declarative? Ah, there's an example app as well. I see. And yeah, widgets. Patchable event source. Is that where we have modify? I mean, if it's a constructor, we won't see it. So what are we modifying here? If old equal new and old custom patch, custom widget is what? Custom widget is something from the library. So let's go to that. Custom modify. There we go. It's in custom widgets, indeed. And it is indeed a constructor of custom patch. I mean, a constructor of something that feels like that's an algebra. Oh yeah, because modify returns a widget, but replace doesn't have any payload though, and that's a bit strange. No, it doesn't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well. Oh, so no, it's actually not exactly done in the style that I know of a free monad. I don't think. Yeah, no, not at all, in fact. Because it doesn't have the kind of continuation or the next thing in it. So it's something different. It's just a new type with constructors for specifying how to work with the widgets. Interesting. Custom widgets yet to be written. Custom widget example. Okay, well, that's definitely a big tangent, and let's try and pop back the stack. And maybe before I pop back the stack, I should re-push the stack for just a bit and do a little copy there of my 39 tabs in window. Maybe not the 39 tabs. Maybe, yeah, from here. I mean, there's no way this will be not secured. So let's trust this and copy those tabs and put them here, and probably this deserves to be somewhere at the top. So I guess you could call this the workbench. We don't want like millions of things on the workbench. Right now we have this kind of streaming tool, thinking out loud thing, and then we have our Chronofold. Yeah, so I'll try and pop back the stack, yes, okay, yeah, the GST is all good. So this would be the output, and I would imagine that we just give it, yeah, we just wire we do just streaming things using Playbin as the output. Quite curious about how FFmpeg connects to GStreamer. Stream not yet available, but that's definitely all for streaming the output. There's a bus, but I don't think that's not the data bus. It's probably a control bus. Okay, custom subscribe, progress events. So no, that's for some other stuff. Bus add watch, Playbin bus, priority default, takes a bus, and messages. That's in case, yeah, so that's the kind of the control bus if we receive stuff that's coming from there. Like errors basically, buffering. Are you saying that this can buffer, this can actually, no, I think this is really the stream to the to screen, but apparently it still deals with buffering. So maybe that's when something is quite slow. Get element state playbin. JST state pause. Element set state, yeah, so it pauses if there's the buffering needed, and if there's no buffering needed, then it starts playing the pipeline again. Technically, it's a pipeline. And then if it cancels, then we clean up and we remove the bus from our control. And so creating it, oh yeah, so we make a widget async, but it's a GTK sync, it's not a GST sync, but I think that might probably end up being the same and connect to one another. Right, the playbin gets connected to the sync. I think actually set object video sync of playbin becomes just GTK sync. And then for the aspect ratio, exactly. So here we're connecting the GStreamer playbin, which can read any media format, and then output it to screen on GTK. But it means then that the FFmpeg is only used for all of the pre-processing passes, and probably things like section detection and whatnot. Let's see if that's talked about in there. User guide, concepts maybe, importing, scene and sentence classification, speed, guidelines. So that's not explained here, but I would assume that if we say classif, maybe that would suffice. Classification. Yeah, code, classification, import audio, and import video. Those are the two things we're interested in. And in audio import, we use pipes directly. Import audio file classification, file path, producer progress update. Wow, that is a beefy constructor. Hey, a higher order functor. I haven't seen those in a while so much. That's where we're going to see some type magic from the author of Hyper and Trout and Hyper Trout. So I don't think that this is a binary stream of the audio data. I don't think. But maybe it is. Array of asset audio. No, I think it's the rendering. I think classification must be the classification engine. And so that's why this import audio file is fairly verbose, is because the whatever send is, which must be, or maybe that's the event system. That's not the, oh yeah, it's an event system. So Yeah, so that's like in Redux an action or whatever, right? It's interpreted somewhere in this thing. And so let's see where it's interpreted. Right. Handle sum. Yeah, so that's definitely like the type of language you would use when you compose free monads. And that looks like a little thing that's been smart constructed, and that is another destructuring of import audio file. So, oh, that's a test. Got it. So that's the actual program, and SOX is the audio library. That's used to do the split audio, and that's it. So let's take a look at the stack.yaml file again. Come on. Stack.yaml. Index extra fuse effects. So SOX is done how? By shelling out. Run SOX audio import. And by doing SOX FFmpeg, I think is the answer. Run SOX audio C. And where is run SOX audio C? Run SOX with progress. Oh, that's the deconstructor. Okay, so that's the instance in Monad.io, and it leaves IO create a directory. Yeah, and it does some bracketing for the creation of those directories. That's what it is. So if it's classified, and then it that looks like a processing pipeline. It transcodes the audio file to WAV in the temporary directory. Then it normalizes the audio and it splits the audio by silence. Oh, that's the beauty of Haskell right there. And inside the audio chunks subdirectory with the base name of the source file, it just appends this format there. So can you do this in Haskell? I didn't realize. Is that with overloaded strings? How do you do? You can do like these printf-like statements. Is that possible, or is that just going to be actually? I have no idea. Maybe that's passed to something later on. That's going to do the replacement. And then you drop the silent chunks and you lift it. So that's beautiful. And now we want to know where split audio by silence is, and it's right there. And it runs SOX with progress. And the way it does this is by running run SOX with progress, and run SOX with progress calls out an external process and runs start process, which I think, well, start process doesn't sound super familiar, but it must be in system.io then. Start process. No, in Haskell, please. Okay. Google. Start process. Now, start process. Is in system process or in Rio or RIO. System process typed. Start process. In mod.io, takes a process config with std in, std out, and blah. Launches a process on the basis of the given process config. Should ensure that you close stop process on the result. It will be better to use one of the functions in this module which ensures stop process is called, such as with process. But we're bracketing here, so I guess we're supposed to be good. Bracket. And so we take the process and then we buffer. No, we say no buffering. So we just try to stream. We do get the stdr and then we do some kind of splitting. Ooh, fancy. Is that so? That looks to me like that's the arrow notation, but I think I'm wrong. Okay, we have Google not far. Oh, that's in the pipes library. That's pipes composition. Got it. So yeah, it's not so far from an arrow. Where yield progress is a pipe from text to progress update. Okay, but that's just std out, and in fact, we're kind of in a sideband. We leave the process do its thing, and we just say, we just report on that. But so it does depend on SOX. So is that part of the installation instructions? Yeah. So, and then it happens that SOX detect silence is just a well-known thing. The SOX of silence. Split an audio based on periods of silence. Yeah, that's it. Since 2009, splitting audio based on silence. Using SOX new file pseudo effects allow us to split an audio file based on periods of silence, and as calling restart starts the effects chain over from the beginning. In this example, SOX will split audio when it detects 5 or more seconds of silence. You'll end up with output name out00 blah blah. So does this look anything remotely like this when we do split audio by silence? Yes, we ask silence and we do new file restart. Okay. So that's cool, because that's what exists. What exists is composition. And what is done with SOX, and I assume in importing the video with FFmpeg, we haven't looked, but here, import video. Right, we have another DSL, and it's import video file. And if we go there, woohoo. In import video FFmpeg. Classify movement. Hey. No, that's not the same. That's actually doing online data processing. Wow. That's awesome. Huh. Love it. It's actually dealing with the actual frames here. And then, so what is FFmpeg? Maybe used only for deserializing of the frames. It's FFmpeg, codec. Yeah, probably, right? Juicy frame, pixel RGB8. Time, run FFmpeg command. So that's transcode. Okay, so transcode is just transcode to H.264 in an MP4 container. And right, that's one of the three things we can do. And the import, when it's classified, does transcode actually, but maybe transcode prime is something different. So this takes settings, original full length out there, and transcode the video file. Well, this transcodes, then generates proxies, and then classifies. Come on. Oh. Okay, what time is it? Ah, yeah, 20 past midnight. Maybe it's time to take a break, but this is so impressive. So audio processing is done via calling out two socks and just streaming status updates. Whereas video processing actually does frame by frame work. Classify moving scenes. Receive a frame. How does it do the frame smoothing? In moving, classify movement. It does classify moving frames after it's done classify movements. It first does classify movement. It first does classify scenes, in fact. So classify scenes is not here. Oh no, that's the name, okay. Classify scenes name is classify movement. And that's where the actual fun stuff happens, and that's where there's a definition of equality for frames. Compare every 8th row of pixel using EPS and checks if equal pixels in each row exceed mean EQ PCT slightly faster than equal frame, especially since it can do early return but also less accurate. So that's actually working on a frame, and it's doing some computation with this a miniq PCT is some parameter for minimal difference, and then how does it calculate the EPS? Must be the algorithm, or what? No, EPS is a word 8. Yeah. I should not only take a break. I should sign off. I'm in trance, right? I'm just like following the code, building this control flow graph in my mind, and somewhat struggling to put it down and summarize it here. But yeah, I can look at this later, and what I'll do though is that I'll copy these things at the end, and isn't this? Oh, what? No, I didn't need to preview. I wanted to copy this and paste it. Yeah. And so, I mean, okay, I'll just finish by thinking about something to do next on this. And that would be, well, thinking about an architecture to enable GStreamer pipelines in composition. Because if we have that, given that there's already a whole, from my standpoint, it's like a whole, well, scaffolding is really, I mean, it's more than that. There's a whole house that's right there, and that could be used as a basis to then think about things like, in fact, just controlling a GStreamer pipeline without even needing to read the frames should already be good and should already be fairly simple, because it just means changing the rendering to be not play-bin, but the output of some GStreamer pipeline graph. So maybe I should write that. Maybe the is it called video streamer, right? The video streamer GTK sync could be connected to a GST pipeline source. And then we can plug in play-bin to it, but we can also connect real-time stuff. And then not only that, but then in the GST pipeline, then we can stream directly to Twitch, and I know how to do this stuff. So that's fairly easy. But then the question is, how does it even solve? I mean, that's some way to plug in sources and whatnot to a cool tool that would be nice to enhance, but does it get us any of that stuff that I was complaining about? Well, that's what we need to find out. So next, maybe even before thinking about the architecture, we need to test composition and its UX and see if it particularly like things like, because it seems like it doesn't have, pretty much doesn't have at all any mouse, I mean, I couldn't see, right? Like a mouse related interface. I mean, we'll see next time, but that might be a whole other layer to add. I mean, I do like keyboard shortcuts though, so maybe so text user composition UX a little bit more thoroughly and see whether we could do any of these things. And then if we pop back the stack a bit, there was this live thing that would be indeed maybe nice to test on Ubuntu. So test live for Ubuntu, or on Ubuntu. Oh, by the way, can you install? Well, in fact, you can't. You have to install this on Ubuntu, don't you? As well. Oh no, on OS X as well. Okay, but not on Windows. So I need to. Oh no, also on Windows in an MSys2 environment. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. So maybe I'll test this on Windows as well, but I'm not shy with Ubuntu. And there's a Nix package that's pretty awesome. And yeah, that's a nice plan for next time I look at streaming tools. So I'll just yeah, I'll just end the stream. I think, oh yeah, there's this thing that we were saying at the beginning around the highlighter and making markers. And I like to get in the use, start getting in the, how do you say, in the habit of markers. And so that means with the Stream Deck, and that's all good. Yeah, audio streams and volume. I think I captured that, I think. Here, it's like the kind of the mixing stuff. But yeah, audio layers is something that needs to be thought of as well. And annotation. But I'll need to take a kind of really a UX, like a user journey mindset when I think about this a bit better. Hey, glad you think so. Glad you think so. All right, so I'll publish those two things, I guess. I suppose on YouTube. Maybe I'll start making these streaming tools thing also a public videos. I think it does make sense. So then I'll publish the log over there. And yeah, see you tomorrow around 5-ish my time, I guess, again. And thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.